By the way, if they want to think to take on government, if we get out of line, which they're talking again about, well, guess what? They need F-15s. They don't need a rifle.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for clicking in. I hope everybody's having a wonderful good evening. Yes, I'm cutting this video because I'm limited on time. What'll end up happening when I do lives, which I love doing very much so, I engage with you guys so much that I take something that would normally be a 25-minute video, 20-minute video, and turn it into an hour and a half of a lot of fun. But I'm in a little bit of a time crunch this evening and late getting this out just because. If you can look, I'm sweaty. I'm sweaty and everything because that's because we was working hard. We was working hard today. You probably already heard other content creators are all over this, so I'm kind of late to the game here. But I want to talk a little bit about the Hunter Biden conviction and what I think could possibly happen. Then we'll read a little bit of an article. Then we'll go into some other headline news of some things that are going on and whatnot and all that there and all. So first of all, Hunter Biden convicted, faces 25 years in prison. Will he? Okay, now look. I actually enjoy going this direction with energy because of the fact that I didn't say, oh, yeah, he's going to get convicted. He's going down. I was like, nope, hung jury. Going to be not guilty, something like that. Everything, we're in an inverted world, but somehow or another, there's been a mad lad of group of people who were like, well, he is guilty of this, and they found him guilty. So that was a big surprise. And boy, do I love being wrong on that aspect of things. However, let's keep in that direction of being wrong in the right way. I don't think he's going to serve any time. I think that this is just a neat way of a distraction, and then Trump's statement is going to coincide with what we're talking about. So I think that what's going to happen here, yes, you're facing 25 years in prison, and yes, I'm using management hands to talk, and I'm grabbing everything out of the air, and I'm pulling it in. But what the deal is I think that we're in a situation of just a neat distraction point, and I think that this is an easy way to try to throw off the trail of badness. Making up words here. Because the Hunter Biden crime family allegedly has been involved in some crazy stuff. Big time. I mean, just what was revealed on that laptop during the trial of the really questionable age of some of the human beings on there. We'll just leave it at that. It's kind of weird. And the things that were going on in that thing. And that crazy video that was released on the Twitters with somebody, I don't know who, chasing this person down the hallway, both of them naked as all get out, and that was totally not Hunter Biden, even though the tattoos on the back really resembled what Hunter Biden had, because it's ironic enough that somebody has the exact same tattoos in the exact same position. But anyhow, I digress on that. But long story short, they're going to use the most domain-looking type charges, and that basically you can have a sentence that would say 25 years. Judge has the ability to reprimand that sentence. I'm not even using the right word, but we're going to go with it. And use probation, and it could be intense probation with house arrest. Now, what would be really interesting is to invoke drug tests. Yes, you have to pass a drug test. That's going to be interesting. Can he do that? It's very suspected that the drug use is not really subsided as much as people would say. It looks like there's a possibility that because of what, for some reason they found cocaine in the White House. So just to get this off of my chest, I don't think that Hunter Biden will do any time in jail. I think this will be just a smear tactic and a distractionable method to try to lull the people to sleep. Let me get out of the way, and I'll dig right into some of those articles here so that we can move along. Juries reached verdict on Hunter Biden gun trial. Guilty of all 3 felonies, faces up to 25 years in prison. The pokey. Jurors on Tuesday returned to a verdict in Hunter Biden's criminal gun trial after 3 hours of deliberation. Didn't take them very long. That's a really short deliberation. Hunter Biden is facing 25 years in prison. The AP reported 25-year shelf life of Hunter Biden in there. Hunter Biden has been convicted of all 3 felony charges related to the purchase of a revolver in 2018, where prosecutors argued the president's son lied on a mandatory gun purchase from saying it was not illegal using or addicted drugs, but he was doing it. And jurors found Hunter Biden guilty of lying to federal licensed gun dealer, making a false claim on an application by saying he was not a drug user and illegally having the gun for 11 days. He faces up to 25 years in prison when he is sentenced by the judge Marilyn Noriega. Though first-time offenders do not get anywhere near maximum, it is unclear whether she would give him time behind bars. Hunter Biden declined to testify at his felony gun trial. And I thought today was the day they were going to find out if Trump was going to go to jail or not. But evidently something's going on with that because of the thing that was leaked by a jury's cousin, where there was collaboration and jury leaks and all kind of stuff, which in the real world should be grounds for a mistrial. But anyhow, so I haven't heard anything about that, so I can't bring you information on that. But hopefully I will soon enough, and hopefully that'll be overturned. We really hope for that. In September, Hunter Biden was indicted on these gun charges and everything. But that's just the article basically running through what all happened, the timeline of things and all that there and all. But just in my opinion, I think that we're going to look at a case of probation, maybe possibly 1 day in jail. I might even do some weekends. He might have to do like a year's worth of weekends. He'll have to go report to a jailhouse every weekend and do these on weekends, kind of like a DWIE, maybe, hopefully, or not hopefully, but in his sense, it's probably what he's thinking. Hopefully I can just do weekends. But anyhow, we can only hope that I'm wrong. We can hope that I'm completely wrong, and they hit him with some kind of sentence of like 5 to 8 in a Fed, because that's usually how that rolls out. If this was a rapper, that's what they would do. Now, Trump issues a statement. Trump's campaign releases a statement on the Hunter Biden conviction. Trump's campaign took a moment to comment on the recent conviction of Hunter Biden, who was found guilty on all 3 felony charges related to dispossession of this firearm. Following the conviction, Trump's campaign released a statement that says, "The trial has been nothing more than a distraction from the real crimes of Hunter Biden and the crime family, which has raked in tens of billions of dollars from China, Russia, and Ukraine. Crooked Joe Biden reigned over the Biden criminal empire as all coming to an end in November 5th. I'm doing a terrible Trump, but whatever. Let's just lean into it, guys. And never again will a Biden sell government access for personal profits." And I'll try to do this here. Let's get this right. Matt Gaetz also weighed in on these gun charges. The Hunter Biden gun conviction is kind of dumb, to be honest, TBH. It says here that Hunter Biden is guilty. Everyone in the world knows for a long time that today in a jury, Delaware found him guilty. But what's happened in the lawfare with President Trump and all that, I'm skipping through a little bit of this, is that all their conservatives is now okay because the Hunter Biden, on this one thing that's not true, they charge him with the lowest level thing they could find, and this is about lying on a form to buy a firearm, and that one is addicted to drugs, and clear as day your body knows that, but they did not charge him with running the international pay-to-play influence peddling scheme with his father and as the product, his father's awareness of it in some of the most corrupt corners of the world, including the CCP, the corrupt corners of Ukraine, and all this fancy-dancy stuff. So basically, this isn't, we're not satisfied, and I'm fine with that. This is a start. But if this was the Democrats, which they obviously they're think about what they've done with lawfare and how they're not satisfied with anything until somebody's completely annihilated and their personal character broke and peddled to nothing. We need to do the same thing. We got to hit them with what they're trying to hit us with, except for the fact that we understand who's actually wrong in this, and that's where we win on this. And the funny thing is like I did not see this conviction coming, so that means that we might be getting enough information out there. People are starting to wake up, because if you ask anybody, they don't know the extent, but they can tell you that something is really corrupt about the Biden regime. There are a few people on the other side of the aisle who still think that Trump is the corrupt one. But I think that tide is turning. That big ship is headed back to port, and we're bringing the information war back to these people, and they're understanding what's really going on. And these criminals tend to expose themselves, especially people like Fani Willis. I've got some stuff with that right there. I guess I'll jump ahead to that because we're talking about it. Fani Willis scores supposedly a legal win in Trump case. I don't know. Let's just read about that. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis scored a legal win after the judge overseeing the Georgia election interference case allowed proceedings against one of the co-defendants to move forward as President Donald Trump and others appeal the ruling of Willis's to remain on the prosecution. This is not a win. It's just typical courts is what happens. Whenever there's courts moving, things just move. So it's not a win. It's just movement, court movements. Judge Scott McAfee rejected the co-defendant Misty Hampton's request to pause for her pretrial proceedings and the move the signals the judge prepared to continue working on some pretrial motions while the number of the co-defendants litigate their appeal, which is typical. Anytime you do that, that's just normal. That doesn't mean that that's a legal win. They're just trying to make people, demoralize people. So this is just normal court movement. So if you read that headline, they're just trying to pull one over on you guys as usual. Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg and Trump prosecutor Matthew Calagnago will appear. That's not even how you say it. Calanjo. I guess I got that right. But will appear for before Congress on July 12th. Ooh. Washington's AP Manhattan District's AP article. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg has agreed to testify before Congress on July 12th, a day after former President Donald Trump's sentences in his hush money trial thingamajingity-jangity-jang. I thought that was on the 11th. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so a spokesperson for Bragg's office confirmed that Tuesday he will appear before the House Select Subcommittee on the Weaponization of the Federal Government alongside with Matthew Calagnago. And so my daughter's calling me, and I'll get to you. I got you, sweetheart. I'll call you right back. On the federal government, alongside with Matthew Calagnago, the former highest-ranking Justice Department official was hired by Bragg in 2022 in a Trump investigation. So basically, on the 12th, D. Alvin Bragg will be in for Congress. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but that's a movement. There's more movement happening. I'm reporting to you what's going on, and I'm not going to try to sell you false hopium. But I think that if we have any kind of spinal integrity in the Republican Party, it shouldn't be hard to nail down the actual lawfare and start to expose these people and then maybe twist this case back around in the right direction. A little late, but better than never. And Biden plans to head to Camp David to prepare for June 27th debate with Trump. He's going to pump his behind up with some of that A113, some of that syrup, that scissor, sipping on that scissor. Sipping on that. Remember that? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Anyway, no, probably not. They're like, we don't listen to that kind of music. But anyway, sipping on that scissor was a combination of what do you call it? Molly Percocet. Anyway, something like that. But anyway, so Biden's gonna go get some child blood and sniff on a few kids at Camp David to get prepared for whatever. But they should have gave it to him before they done this right here. But they didn't. Biden appears to have frozen at the White House. And I don't know if I can get this to pull up. Let me just see what's happening here. I'm going to do my best to get this to pull up. What the hell is going on here? What the hell is that in the back? Look at the back left. Look at that dude in a dress with a beard. Look at that. And then Biden is frozen slam up. Look at this. What are they normalizing here? What is that? I can't even look at frozen-ass Biden without seeing whatever the hell's going on in the back over there. But that thing is saying, "Oh yeah, I don't want to love nobody but you," and pointing up to the heavens. I trust. Okay, hey, there's just always room to repent, and God always forgives. But while you're doing that, God is shaking His head, going, "There's something wrong here." I'm not going to name any names, but if you can see in the back, that dude's messed up. Something wrong. That guy's trying to shake Biden to get him to wake up. Get out of there! Come on now, Biden. Get your behind in gear. That's elder abuse, and everybody knows it. And like I say, that's just eye abuse. Ugh. What are they doing? What is up with that? I don't get it. I just don't know. Yeah, all right. So check this out. This right here will wrap things up. This is a very interesting article I found, and it just goes to show you with the people waking up, and we are now taking control of the information that is being handed to us, and we're showing people that we're not buying your lies anymore. You're not buying your lies anymore. Fact check. Article reports that The View hit the lowest ratings in TV history after featuring Robert DiNastro, and here's the truth. Ha! The View hits lowest ratings, and this is a thing from SpaceX fan club, or I don't know, something. It's breaking. The View hits lowest records TV history after featuring Robert DiNastro. The top comment under the post from that manager of SpaceX fan club's Facebook page reads, "Cancel the show already, everybody!" We're like, yes, please hurry. And the comment also features a link to a full article on which began as follows. And DiNastro, by the way, he got denied. I talked about it in the video where he is actually the World Broadcasters Award, some kind of thing like that. He got taken off of that. Dude, this is epic because he tried to go out there and flex his stardom with, going after Trump in that lawfare case in New York, and everybody in New York, everybody shouted that dude down and told him he was completely and totally inept and just please stop being such a turd. And it was a lot more stronger words than that, but we'll leave it at the people's choice. But in a surprising twist of fate, The View hits rock bottom, marking the lowest ratings in television history after featuring the acclaimed Robert DiNastro. Once a staple of daytime television, The View has seen a significant drop in viewership, speaking conversations about the show's current relevance and the impact of the guest choices. DiNastro's appearance on The View will heavily promoted by the show's producer, known as outspoken political views, especially his criticism of former President Donald Trump. DiNastro's visit was expected to draw in viewers eager to hear his thoughts on the current state of the nation. However, the outcome was far from what producers had anticipated. DiNastro's segment, instead of boosting ratings, seemed to have had the opposite effect. Of viewers took to social media as the media expresses their satisfaction with the episode. Some felt that the actors' presence overshadowed the show's regular format, while others were put off by the political discourse dominated by the conversation. What? There's always political intercourse or discourse or whatever you call it. Stupid The View host people suck. And anyway, so DiNastro screwed them all up, messed them all up. DiNastro's career is down the tubes. All the years invested, and this is his legacy. He's going to be the most well-known stupidity stoop known to Manny Man. DiNastro, you have now hit rock bottom. There's only one thing now is to work your way back to the top by moving get back right again. You got to know what the deal is, guys. Anyway, so I want to thank you for clicking in and hanging out and watching the videos and engaging in the live streams. We're fixing to jump out of here and call it a day. And we're going to do it all again tomorrow, guys. And we're going to see what happens. We just pray that we have a divine intervention for what's happening later on in our future current events that shows that America is on the rise again. And I know that you guys share this video, but please hit that like and subscribe and share. And we'll pull comments out of the air. And hopefully, like I say, leave me one in there. I need them comments, man. The comments help that algorithm out. So, guys, thank you again. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and I am out. Peace.